How we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. Boulder here, and I'm back today with an all vinyl collection update featuring the usual mix of genres and styles. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get straight into it. We're going to be kicking off with some glam metal and an album I've been after for a long time. Here's the debut album from Danger Danger. They're self-titled from 1989. Don't know about you, but this guy, to me, on the front cover, always reminds me of Sting from The Police. Very much looks like Sting. So this album has been a bit of a difficult one to track down, actually. I've bid on quite a few copies over the years, originals, and always lost out. So this is a nice reissue from Music on Vinyl. Excellent glam metal, very commercial sounding glam metal. I know all glam's commercial, but by the time you get to the late 80s, it was incredibly commercial sounding. Ted Poley on the lead vocals, excellent vocalist. Bruno Ravel and Steve West on the rhythm section, holding everything together really nicely. And Andy Timmons on the guitar, who's an amazing guitar player. Fantastic six-string work on this from him. His riffs are fantastic, his solos are even better, and it's packed full of excellent, easy to listen to hair metal. Naughty Naughty, Under the Gun, Saturday Night, Don't Walk Away, great ballad. Bang Bang, probably my favourite song on the album, it's fantastic. Rock America, Boys Will Be Boys, the synth is very dominant in that one. From Casey Smith, that's his name, yeah. One Step from Paradise, Feels Like Love, Turn It On, Live It Up. There are no bad songs on this album. It's an absolutely excellent slice of easy to listen to glam metal from back in the day. Lost out on so many bids for auctions for your original copies, but this will do the job nicely. Danger Danger's debut from 1989 is an excellent slice of glam metal. Next up is another one that I've finally managed to win on eBay. This is not easy to get. I lost out on about 4 auctions for this over the years, but finally managed to grab a copy of Tesla's Psychotic Supper from 1991. A nice original press. These guys got lumped in with the glam metal lot, but there was definitely more to them than that. There were more hard rock. Here's the printed inner. Picture of the guys. Definitely with a blues sound in there as well. Black vinyl with that nice old school Geffen label. It's a fantastic album. I really enjoy this. I picked up their first 2 on vinyl quite a long time ago, but this one's proved to be a lot more difficult to get hold of, but finally got there in the end. It's in decent condition. Well, actually, it's in very good condition. It's packed full of great tunes. Changing the Weather, first track, is excellent. Edison's Medicine, which is the single, is just brilliant. It's got such a great chorus. The guitar work's fantastic. Call It What You Want. Freedom Slaves, that's a great tune. Had Enough, What You Give, Stir It Up, Can't Stop, Talk About It. So glad to finally add this to the collection. It's not been an easy one to find on vinyl, but here it is at last. An excellent album, some great hard rock, definitely with a blues edge to it. Great vocals, like I said, the musicians are all fantastic. And Tesla's Psychotic Supper from 1991 is an album I'm really, really happy to finally add to the collection. Up next, some alt rock, and here's Garbage. And you saw me show this in my best albums of 1995, but not actually showed it in a collection update yet. So I had this on cassette back in the day, picked up the CD a while back for £1, and now finally got this on vinyl. I spun this loads back in the day. Shirley Manson, the fiery Scottish lady on the vocals, you definitely wouldn't fuck with her. Butchwig on the drums, who of course was the producer for Nirvana's huge selling Nevermind. Gatefold with a picture of the guys. This is a 2LP with printed inners. Hype sticker stuck on there. Just a good old black vinyl, some nice custom centre rings. So these guys were huge back in the mid-90s, and I was really, really enjoying them, and I've kind of forgot about them for a while, to be honest. But it's a great album. Super Vixen, Queer, Only Happy When It Rains, that's my favourite song of the album. It's got such a great chorus. Not My Idea is a great tune. Stupid Girl, that's probably one that most people know. That was a big hit single. Dog New Tricks, great track. My Lover's Box, Fix Me Now, superb song. Ends with Milk. Excellent alternative rock from the mid-90s. One criticism I would give this is when you have a proper drummer in the band, why would you would use a drum machine and drum samples sometimes in your music? I just don't understand. But that's only a slight gripe I have with this. It's an excellent album. Like I say, grabbed the CD for just £1 not long ago, and I knew I had to get on vinyl. Had the cassette back in the day. But excellent album from these guys. Garbage, and they're self-titled from 1995. Their debut is superb stuff. So once I grabbed that, I knew I had to grab the follow-up. This is version 2.0 from 1998. The second full length. Again, it's a gatefold. Again, it's 2LP. Picture of the guys. And it's, again, printed in this. Hype sticker stuck down there. Black vinyl. Not as good as the debut, I don't think, but still a decent follow-up that I really enjoy. Temptation Waits, the opener, is a decent opener, but not the best, that has to be said. I think I'm Paranoid, which is a single, fantastic tune, great riffs. When I Grow Up is another great track. Hammering in My Head, Push It. The Trick is to Keep Breathing, that's a really good song. Dumb, and then the last track, You Look So Fine. The piano melody in that track is fantastic. Sounds really nice. Again, I should say, great vocals from Shirley Manson. A superb album, some excellent alternative hard rock from the late 90s. Garbage is version 2.0. Really glad to finally add that to the collection. Up next, some thrash that, thank God, got a reissue. And here's Violence, An Eternal Nightmare from 1988. I actually got this at Christmas, but I haven't got around to showing it yet. One of those albums that had a massive reputation, and when I first heard it, it definitely lived up to the hype. It lived up to its reputation. There are tons of great riffs on this album, courtesy of Phil Demmel and Rob Flynn. Sean Killian on the vocals, Dean Dale on the bass, Perry Strickland on the drums. I was lucky to see these guys at Bloodstock a couple of years ago. Here's a printed inner. There's photos of the band. Fold out, there's lyrics and like some old tour flyers. So yeah, definitely an album that lived up to its reputation. It did not disappoint at all. Here it is. Red vinyl, the custom centre rings. Loads of great riffs. Sean Killian's not got the best voice, but it definitely fits the music. And to be honest, I really enjoy the vocal style. He might not be a brilliant singer, but his style suits the music, no doubt about it. And an album that well and truly lived up to its reputation, it has to be said. Eternal Nightmare, Serial Killer, Phobophobia. Some of these vocal patterns in that are absolutely brilliant. I love them. Calling in the Coroner, Bodies on Bodies, Kill on Demand. Only 7 tracks. Gets the job done. A fantastic album that absolutely lived up to the hype. I was not disappointed in the slightest. Loads of great riffs. I enjoyed the vocals and just 7 brilliant tracks and an absolutely essential album. I'm so glad it was a reissue because this is an absolute bastard to track down an original copy of this. They go for so much money. So once again, thank God for reissues. Violence's Eternal Nightmare from 1988. Superb stuff. Really glad to finally have that in the collection. Up next, some crossover. And once again, thanks to Earache and their on-demand service. This is Municipal Waste and their Hazardous Mutation debut from, I think, about 2005. I'm not sure, actually. Excellent crossover. Nice mix of thrash and punk in this one. Tony Forrest on the vocals. Always enjoyed his vocals. Ryan Waste, I should say, on the guitar. Landfill on the bass. Dave Witt on the drums. Classic thrash collage here with loads of pictures. Open that inner up and there's all the lyrics for you. This blew me away when I heard it back in like I said, I think it was 2005 when it came out. Good old black vinyl, nice centering. So Earache really delivering the goods with these on-demand releases, because a lot of these were never even pressed on vinyl back in the day. So I'm very glad to add this to the collection. This is packed with so many great riffs. Dave Witt's drumming is fantastic. That guy really knows how to play the drums. And yeah, I love the vocals from Tony Forrester. Great stuff on this, like Death Ripper, Unleash the Bastards, Guilty of Being Tight, Hazardous Mutation title track, Nailed Casket, Mind Eraser, The Thrashing of the Christ. I love that intro riff. Bang over, it ends with. Excellent album. Really glad to finally have this on vinyl. Had the CD since day one. Excellent stuff from Municipal Waste. Hazardous Mutation, their debut album, is an absolute banger. I'm so happy to have this in the collection. Now, up next, there are a couple of reissues that I'm very, very glad to got reissued. Just like the Violence one, these next two are incredibly hard to come by and cost an absolute fortune if you want an original press. These came out back in July, so only just coming round to getting to show them. Thank God for reissues. Here's Demolition Hammer, a debut album, Tortured Existence from 1990. Thrash metal, but definitely borrowing heavily from death metal at the same time. This album sounds fantastic. It's packed with great riffs. The drums are absolutely superb. The drummer's actually been dead a long time now. He didn't live very long, it has to be said. Such a shame. A fantastic drummer. Loads of great riffs. Excellent cover artwork here. The first track, 44 Caliber Brain Surgery, is just superb. So many great riffs. The vocals are amazing. Crippling Velocity, Hydrophobia, Mercenary Aggression, Cataclysm. Excellent album. These guys blew me away when I heard them. Again, this is another band that did not disappoint when I finally got around to checking them out. I knew about them for ages, but never actually checked them out. And here it is on translucent purple vinyl. Yeah, the production's amazing. Sounds great. Amazing vocals. So many good songs. I absolutely love this. Superb album. And I love it so much. I picked up a second copy. Necessary? Not at all. Did I want to do it? Absolutely. And this one's on blue vinyl. Both look really nice. Excellent album. Like I say, thrashy, but very much borrowing from death metal as well. Excellent stuff, that. And as that one was coming out, of course, I had to pick up this one, which is actually the first one I heard from these guys. This is Epidemic of Violence, originally came out in 1992. And this is just fucking absolutely fantastic. I like this even more than the debut. This completely blew me away when I first heard it. I remember being 2 or 3 tracks in, I was just like, this is absolutely amazing. And the rest of it is just as good as the first 2 or 3 songs. Fantastic stuff. Skull Fracturing Nightmare, track 1, is just superb. If you've never heard these guys, that's the one I advise you to check out straight away. Human Dissection, the vocals in that are vicious and nasty. They sound amazing. Cavernous Obsession, Orgy of Destruction. Title track superb. Just an absolutely amazing album. So many great riffs. Brilliant, brilliant vocals. The drums, again, are superb. I can't remember the name of the drummer off the top of my head, but rest in peace because he was fantastic. Unfortunately, it's on horrible yellow vinyl, which I fucking hate with a passion. But who cares? It's about the music at the end of the day, and that's what really matters. Superb stuff. And just like Tortured Existence, I picked up a second copy of this one as well. This one, thankfully, on much nicer looking green vinyl. There it is. Yeah, again, both these albums absolutely lived up to the hype when I first heard them. I heard them talked about so many times over the years about how great they were. Picked up the CDs for not a lot, but yeah, thankfully these have been reissued via Century Media. Absolutely essential thrashy death metal for me. Demolition Hammer's Epidemic of Violence from 1992. It's an absolutely essential album and should be in everyone's collection as far as I'm concerned. On to some death metal now, some proper full-on death metal. And here's Immolation and Failures for Gods from 1999. This is really dark, dirgy sounding death metal. One thing I like about this is the stripped back production. If, like me, sometimes you get a bit fed up of that sort of up-to-date, crisp production, you know, when you've got those triggered kick drums that are really clicky. This album is very raw and organic sounding. The drums sound very, very real. The guitars are fantastic. Excellent vocals, as always, from Ross Dolan. Some superb death metal from these guys. Nice printed in here with a picture of the guys in the band. Lyrics on this side. This is out on Metal Blade. It's just on good old black vinyl. Custom center rings. Yeah, really nice, dark, dirgy sounding death metal. Not overproduced. Sounds very real, very raw, very organic, which is just what I like sometimes. We'll leave the inner out because that's going to be a sod to get back in. But some excellent death metal from these guys. No Jesus, No Beast is my favourite song on this album. And Ross Dolan's saying, can you hear us, death to Jesus? And he, every time he says it, he's amping up on the aggression more and more each time. It sounds fantastic. Failures for God, the title track, is great. God Made Faith is another superb tune. Your Angel Died, The Devil I Know. 8 tracks, gets the job done. Really nice, aggressive sounding death metal, which I'm absolutely loving. Immolation, a band I did check out for a long time, but I'm really, really loving it. And this is a superb album. And I got it pretty cheap, actually. It was only about 16 quid off of Amazon, which, to be honest, is what albums should cost. But, you know, the prices of vinyl like these days, they can be absolutely absurd. But this one was priced really nicely. Grabbed it and wasn't disappointed. Immolation's Failures for God from 1999 is superb stuff. And one more album to show, and this is an album that I wasn't sort of thinking about picking up, but when I was going through Amazon, I noticed it was on sale for a really, really cheap price, only about £16. A band I've been listening to for a year or two now, which I really enjoy, and this album has absolutely floored me. I think it's their most recent album from 2020. And this is More to Scold and Suffer for Nothing, like I say, from 2020. This is absolutely superb. If you're into death metal and you haven't heard this, I can't recommend enough you go out and check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. This is out in Peaceville. Nice gatefold here with lyrics and a picture of the guys. It's blown me away. It's such a good album. Here it is, just on good old black vinyl with some nice center rings. Album sounds fantastic. Production superb. Everything is really nice and clear. Especially the bass. The bass, sometimes when it comes to death metal, can get sort of lost in the mix. Not the case here. Bass sounds amazing. The riffs are really, really good. The drums are fantastic. And the vocals are amazing. You know, you can hear everything that's being said. One of those kind of death metal vocalists. Just fantastic stuff. Dave Gregg on the vocals and guitar. Sounds amazing. Yeah, the drums from Eric House are fantastic. Abyss of the Mind, track 2 is excellent. Dead Weight, Divide the Soulless is really, really good. The Face I Hate, God Like Hell, Suffer for Nothing, the title track is fantastic. Machines of Hate, just absolutely excellent death metal, which is just blowing me away every time I listen to it. Didn't really know anything about it, but so glad I picked it up. It's absolutely amazing. Like I say, if you're in the death metal and you haven't got this, I can't recommend enough that you at least go onto Spotify and check it out, give it a stream. It's absolutely phenomenal. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Mortal Skull. Suffer From Nothing from 2020. An absolutely fantastic death metal album. So glad that I finally picked this up. Well, I say finally picked it up. Like I said, I wasn't aware of it, but I'm glad I did pick it up. It's excellent stuff. Superb death metal from these guys. Excellent stuff. Mortal Skull, Suffer From Nothing. Check it out if you don't know it. That's all for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. As always, get in the comment section. Let me know what you think about these pickups. I love chatting to you guys. I should be back with you next week with a Black Sabbath album ranking. I think that was requested back in my Q&A earlier this year, so I'm finally getting around to it. I'll be back with you next week with that. So until then, as per usual, cheers, take care, and I'll see you soon.